looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. Grabs, they give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They're back away.
They can't count. They bought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roche up yet. Big Daddy No Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get them pressure, but it's not going to be out. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right? It was up to a 15k gold advantage and they chunked it down to 7. Same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon discount Jeremy, so protecting an O. DD did spawn, however, it was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X Blade they all call if he finds it. Especially with this BKB now, there's not that many ways to stop him.
It's just all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the smoke is going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled. But you see
he's in the trees, they're on the high ground, they've got the vision with the Shivas covered, Anna's on his way over. They've got the snowball down, there's the counterplay, Seb jumps in, he's able to find the call onto Chalice, but Chalice already got the BKB out. The Sunstride's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb pots the BKB, he'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down. No buyback on the axe. As Jarex as well, surrounded by PSG LGD, the Eon Disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
He has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these 4 spirits. On the bottom room, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jarex. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. Can they breach through it? It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting, is it enough to hold OG in the game?
You see No Tail's already running to just, he doesn't care, he's gonna throw his life for this one. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will, as they get upon him. They find his life. 1 minute now without No Tail and without Seb. Thompson, Anna, and Jarex. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jarex is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split the course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Anna up in the skies. As this rack's on the top lane will fall, the melee rack's gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana as the PL. Still able to shift back into that morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose their top racks, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to de-ward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
Anna is on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get the set. Oh, he's in. The call, the epic, the counter, and FY is in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis. Somnus looking to get involved. Pots the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. For the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball over to Thompson, the self-fuels, FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in, again, up into the air, Arme straight on top of No Tail, FY will fall, Arme looking towards No Tail pops the hand of God, but No Tail beaten down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the primal split off as Anna, he's been left behind in Thompson, he's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo, can he find the angle, Jarex coming in, keeping Anna alive, Anna with the doppelganger, the deafening blast comes out onto the 2 of them, Anna trying to go in, looking for the kill, can he find it in time onto X-Nova, he's on top of him, trying to beat him down, Anna again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base, as X-Nova will survive, Jarex back in, the combo, meatball down onto buyback for Jarex comes in. He's healing Anna back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on X-Nova. The cold snap. Down onto the charge, they find him. Ame, he's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the ball? They can! OG are still in the game. Ame buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without two of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jarex onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with them with that doppel. He sent the illusion, they thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's
Look at this.
really hard to kill.
Seb,
Yeah.
he's looking straight for the plate. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting. Somnus, he's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh! Doesn't get the call though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Ana, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Ana again with the double guy. They see Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Ana will be able to force him away. They've got the head. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Ame. Big Daddy No-Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion though. Ame able to waveform up to the high ground. Ame should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost, so he's got Hex
Maybe.
up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Ame's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
No, so actually, real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice play from Ame.
And he buys so much time too for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jarex for the same amount of time. And that lead that PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment. With these last 2 fights, obviously the 25 is now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him too. I don't think they expected to be taken out as fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a pressure shot.
That
There's
defeat
no way.
that
No way. LGD.
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG of 2x that.
Yeah. The Berserker's Call now is, I mean, the AoE
It's
is
massive.
really massive now when you have that talent.
It's so hard to play against. Can PSG LGD do it? They've got the basher now for Somnus. For just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG.
Dire team ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
We are back for this
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
my Coke basket. Oh, okay. All right. Welcome, sir. Welcome. We are here. Each gaming versus Invictus Gaming, the design.
10 seconds.
One of these teams has to leave tonight. How you feeling? Rematch, sure.
Dire team ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team pick.
It was, and big victories between VG and I. I mean, that was a dominant victory for IG. It kind of wasn't even close. I guess we'll see if it changes today. They go for the first pick Phoenix here against VG game. Surprisingly enough, I thought we'd see that first DK, but again, it just isn't made by IG.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Dragon Knight.
Dire team pick. Mirana.
Right. Well, VG Gaming, they'll take the DK for themselves, and they've got the Mirana combination now. We've seen this quite a lot from the Chinese region, right? The Dragon Stone for the arrow. It's a very easy setup. Almost guarantees you a kill as well. Assuming the arrow does
remaining.
Oh, gee, I'm sure they're not too shocked by it. I'm sure they'll be prepared to go for some kind of picks here. I mean, even the pin itself is kind of towards that DK.
Dire team back.
Yeah. Going back to that point though about the armor, it even happened in our last series. We saw the day and it was just another armor game, and I was wondering why. Like, why do you think that item in particular is so popular in this hero all of a sudden? Because it was just braces and blink from what I could see prior to this. Right.
VG Gaming's turn to ban. VG Gaming's dire team pick.
Beastmaster.
Seconds remaining.
That's
5
fair.
seconds remaining. VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll find out now. VG Gaming is asked for their third pick. IG though, going to Abaddon. Is going to have a lot of value considering we already have 3 massive stuns on the side of VG Gaming.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Right. Makes sense. Yeah. I agree with you. I think it's a perfect game this time
10
around. And,
seconds remaining.
well, I mean, considering you're going to be up against the DK or Beastmaster mid as well, I mean, you just
5 seconds
guaranteed
remaining.
victory with the Viper up against either of those two. I'm going to see something weird, like a possible DK, but I doubt that.
VG Gaming's turn to ban.
Storm Spirit.
Yep. Quite literally.
Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I don't think I would either. Like, we've seen support EK a bit, and it just, again, it's just raced into Blink. But to have mixed results, and it was mostly in SEA, it really was quite mixed. I mean, had results with that. But then it was never a pot 5 EK, it was always a pot 4 at the least. Still, I just want to wait and see. Like, we're going to find out very soon what Ichi's up to with this draft. They do ban up the Terrorblade for Invictus Gaming, and they do ban up the Grimstroke. So they seem to also agree that they're still missing a pulse 5 here on Vici.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Absolutely. I mean, I was kind of shocked to see it Storm, if I'm quite frank, but like, I know you have the add-on there who can just purge off the stuns, but assuming you're in that moment where you don't have the fully shield up at that, you get roared, you get dragon tailed, you get arrowed. Like, this isn't necessarily a free Storm game.
VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Place.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Right. Well, that's fair enough. I think that
choose your
it's I don't see the point in it either. I think the tree protecting the I mean, I guess maybe the tree in Australia on its own, like we kind of mentioned it the other day, where the only hero that does what it does on that tree, but I don't know. Was it worth keeping it this long? It's unbelievable.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh, this is the game that decides who stays in who leads. So see if it pays off for me drafting in this way. Of course, still agree that IG, in my opinion, has the better draft. I don't know how you feel about the draft of VG completed. Do you think they might have an edge here, or do you think IG's got the advantage going into this game 1?
气不气？
These damn spirits that tree. I'm not sure what they were doing. Seemed very happy with the fact that their tree's dead. That's what could get between these two. Seattle pats up. Kind of treat as well. This person that I've just the pos 1 clinks in a long time. Every other time, maybe the mid clinks, but more than likely the support clinks we've been seeing. But the pos 1, this is a pos, which I wouldn't. I don't get that. I just don't get the.
Seconds to battle.
Careful of observable water. I think. Better.
The battle begins.
We saw this a lot in the last game of our series we just did, and it was shipping a hell of a lot. Yeah, we're not going to show you the same time around with these two different teams. For now, Karka's go down bottom the Phoenix, but it looks like Fly Walks down bottom as well. Oh, Kingston, they're going to send up the Abaddon up towards that top lane, so JT will take that with Ollie instead. And now it's just going to be a matter of whether Cheat Gaming want to switch things up. Ollie? Yeah, it's dead. Yeah, first connection and Frost is keeping him in. They get the pot of shield out. Ollie eats a purifier, but it is not going to matter. He will be the first one death for Eurus.
That was really tough. Positioning from DY gets it up, and now he's dead with this TP on cooldown for 40 seconds. So, just have to go for the long walk back, and it's really give the Spectre a great start to this lane.
That it will. Wonder what he really does here. You just agree it has to just secure XP and farm from the add-on, and then just not get too much into the Eurus. Well, I was gonna finish the sentence, but POW to be down bottom, and so you can try and contest this lane.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna be okay with this. It's a bit weird. We have ended up with the lane sort of swapping across map. Of course, Olive is still playing in the safe lane instead of, say, picking up here. But looking at bottom, does seem like the little thing Link has going for him is that he can kill off the boars reasonably quickly. It's a bit of an investment with the string arrows, but it does at least make the beast master it's bad. I was using the
It's worth it as well, right? Like if you do get those block kills, that do help the quality of XP.
Oh, for sure.
Arrow, a bit. I don't know, the flying, just kind of push that very, very left, but it worked out, and they'll just keep bumping up. What's that one lane you've already kind of talked about? It's going to be a very boring, that Ori versus Emo lane, the DK versus Storm. Arguably, nothing's going to happen here. They're just going to take fun.
Yeah, Emo is going for a little bit more of an aggressive build. He's already picked up the Electric Vortex by level 3. So he is trying, at least digitally, a bit of pressure on Dragon Knight to Dragon Knight, and he's going to get points in the Dragon's blood, and he's going to become unfeasible. So, only so much you can do, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Not playing all in playing around, treat a little right though. Like Jake.
So he was trying to, right, they were in a D-ward battle, and So he was trying to figure out where the enemy sentry was, so that he could unblock his camp. And that's why he cast the Nightmare. And then he was still looking for the sentry, but it was on the other side of the tree line. And so DY woke up to the sentry. The camp is blocked. But only having a miserable start to this game, but maybe they can get this kill.
Nightmare out of damage. DY, he is gonna die. Oh, he gets a bit of revenge for himself. Oh, spend that money on that next sentry. Yes, fine. That one. It has to start, but you can get that other sentry. It's already on the way. Sort it out. Meanwhile, there are rotations coming in. DY showing up, arrow flying through, and does not connect to Emo, but it was kind of a close call. Now he's going to be a little bit cool. He's still with that drag. Oh, Emo's trying to run it now. Next transfer, DY. Rotations come in, final scripts and the trump up to Ori. He does just before he dies, and DY will also die. And now they might be able to try and put on some PYW. The Mirana going to fall quite low, but he does get an invis room himself. Still great rotations out from G.
Yeah, really good spots. I think he was already rotating over towards mid, so he arrived just in time to kind of get the fire spirits out. And in that gank, all of the attack speed, slow, really adding up together with the blow down fire spirits, made it to shot that kill.
That's it. Overloading mid lane, but really trying to help this guy out as much as possible. So, we have a little bit out of that bot lane a bit now.
Mid lane?
Yeah, they do go on to mid lane. Emo underestimating W's patience. Was that the Dragon Policy arrow?
Yeah, so I think playing up a little bit became one of the kind of the range creep as well. So he was standing kind of right in the middle of the gap. In creeps, away from zone creep wave, and of course POW is invis that entire time as well, just wait mid. So. Dragon Tail, arrow.
No. Ollie will take over as he gets himself into the next. And bit of hold is there. Unfortunately, it seems as though Emo didn't be back to the tower as well, so yep. Shame Emo as well now.
Yeah, well, we said mid lane was going to be that interesting, but we've had plenty of action over there, and laning stage really going very well for VG so far. You know, you look at IG, they've upped more lane focused heroes. They've got the Bane, they've upped the Lynx. So playing a good sign for VG Gaming and making another go here.
Yeah, he will die again. This time Ori makes the kill. It doesn't seem to return back to the left. He should have taken jungle farm while he can. And I don't disagree with this, right? Because VG Gaming, they've just allocated 3 heroes in this mid lane to make sure Emo never feels safe. And there's really no way for him to farm this lane any longer.
He can really just, you know, he can spam out and go and jungle. And I really thought that that was going to be the plan a little earlier on here.
Another fell. Arrow though, and the arrow was taken by the Phoenix. It's a choice IG has to make, I guess. Do you just keep both supports here, or you just sack your storm? And they want to just keep support around until PYW disappears.
Yeah, I won't say camp at the end of the game. Actually, just gonna go on in here.
Yeah, Dragon. Oh no, they keep on going. Vortex there. They're gonna have the magic output. So they do get a bit of revenge onto Ori. Emo, he's gonna be farming up.
It's under attack.
This million is extremely whack. I thought we were done with these days of the like trial mid, but it's back. I think part of it, and this is again what I was talking about just before, the storm is the root cause one here, and I think that's kind of what you have to keep in mind as he gets arrowed again.
You're leaping in now. Haunted. Oh, they're just committing everything. Ori walks the stun, gets the stun, he gets the kill. 18 now to rotating to try and help out, but it's already too late. Fucking train. Unity is dropping it fairly low, but Ori is going to block the path in there, and an arrow now from PYW. Picked up JT. He's going to have to run his way up. Are they just to keep here and just swap lanes?
I didn't mind. The storm might just go jungle at this point. I don't know if he's. I think Emo might be done with the mid lane at this point. Yeah, he's gonna put down the mango tree, get his mangoes, keep it in. I want Ori again, maybe.
Bottle it up. Sure, if you get that DD and you've got that many heroes, you can kill off Ori. He does start the storm, but that's not going to help his cause very much. He will go down and up PYW. We tried to come in and help out, but it was already too late. And they're just going for pretty early T1 tower. They're going to dominate creep. W, gotta be careful. Great vortex out. No, he has plenty of damage. And well, the leaps. They won enough. The attacks keep following him down. Back off that T1 tower.
Emo was ready to finish him off anyway. He was more than ready to commit and just finish that one off. But yeah, God, there have just been so many heroes mid so far. I haven't even looked away from the mid lane for like the last 5 or 6 minutes. It feels like.
It literally has been like that. So, I guess on the brighter side of the Pos ones this game, Fly and the Spectre are just having a free game right now, just farming.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fly's doing quite well, but you also got to look at the Yang on this Beastmaster. He's already got his Necro 1.
Yeah, got an arrow from Takaka, I believe. He will just Icarus snipe away. AT gonna turn on Team Yang, and Yang's falling low, thinking about the roar, but he gets silenced up with that curse, and now Fly. He's gonna zone out PYW as well. Arrow gonna just randomly fly through past double of it.
Cute play from JT. He stole the boar. I don't think it really. I think they probably would have gotten the kill anyway, but Yang's minions getting turned against.
I appreciate it. So, very intriguing start to this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, very back and forth. So they are end up getting. So it's only that getting experience here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's gone.
Damn, top lane, they're playing up to Ori now. Ori might good. Well, Brawl can do it as well. He's just not messing around. Wolves for the for his team, and now they'll come off that T1 top tower. Mind you, one has all been pushed out now. JT will take care of that.
Are fortified.
They want to end the top T1, they actually could make it.
Dire's top
Things aren't
tower
coming out
is
from
under
Evo. He
attack.
has a screwed up. But it looks like they will get away with the push from VG Gaming as well.
Yeah, they really can't give anybody music. The interesting thing to look at here will be how they move around with Fly and where he's going to try and start making some plays around map, scouting an edge for the storm, and then getting kills, keeping the death back.
Radiant's turret has been killed.
Gang, they get jumped up that fluffing emo, just zips in and nice. There's Rude March in. There's a sentry ward by Tiang, still avoiding this damage from emo. He's actually going to get out of there.
Just barely.
Be enough. They still want to try though.
Faded Roach jumping out a little there. A little bit of extra move speed.
Very nice. Fly chase. So yeah, he should be able to kill the kill, and Syrian arrows out early on. He drops the army as well, just in case. But now his life will be forfeit to yours, perhaps. He does go in with. They have the Dutch ready. Ollie sticking around to try and help out, but it's going to cost his own life as well.
He was too hungry for the damage. He was like, I used Death Pack to kill you. You're not dead. So I'm still coming. And, well, that just ends up being a bit of a feisty toward after I was said and done.
That was. Be a little bit careful as well. Like, you look, Spectre, Europe is already top of their worth board. I don't really think you want to afford to give him any more kills this game, especially considering the great start he's had.
Yeah, I don't think the Spectre is supposed to, with the way that the draft played out, I don't think the Spectre is supposed to have this start, but the beginning of the laning stage is just kind of a disaster for IG, especially with the, you know, the lane being in to swap lanes just immediately time first blood. It really meant that the first 4 levels for the Spectre was completely unpressured, and then all the stuff that was happening mid, it's just been farming this entire time. So now with the Necrobook online, Spec's game is looking pretty secured. And Evo still has a lot of catch-up to play. And it's a problem because the Storm Spirit is a really key part of the lineup for IG. He's so much, or really the vast majority of their initiation. The only other thing that they really have is like a walk-up Fiend script. So they really need to get this Storm Spirit going.
Emo's usually a pretty like god tier kind of soul player as well, but I guess that's why they kind of just focused on him and made sure he did not have a good start. He can't really just carry his team if he does get the start he wants on that storm. We'll see if he can catch up though anytime soon. Still, looks like VG Gaming are going to be rather aggressive with their positioning, throwing out arrows, trying to scout out the jungle and make sure they know where the storm is. They weren't quite fighting him yet. It looks like Fly on the Kings is going to be the one relegated to just roaming across the map trying to find kills for his team. We'll scout out Euros there. It looks like they also a PYW now. Arrow knocking away. PYW should not survive this, but he does leave better. They are unable to get the vortex off from Emo. And he just fine.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower.
I guess I can understand the skeleton actor positioning there, but it just looked a little weird. It's like, oh, this is your retreat path. Nope, my retreat path is straight through the Roshan pit. It is a bit of a problem for IG the way it kills the two cores having to connect together, right? Storm Spirit and Lynx kind of having to take time to make patterns to look for these kills. It really just hasn't been very successful so far.
It hasn't. It's been so desperate it seems to go off the T1 town. We've seen them just multiple times running down with 4 or 5 heroes and trying to go off that T1 mid. And it just really hasn't panned out thanks to TY. It continues to keep up at full HP. Well, they're going to maybe start again very soon. Zeno is forcing in the wave. He's not going to bother much to back off and perhaps even smoke up with Oli and Parker. Lifeless off if they want it.
And this is the trend, right? They can't be realistic pressure on the bottom where they would with their rotation anybody else. So it can't force like swap. They can't force bottom and then the TP and then like mid or go and push out their own jungle instead. It does seem like they're going to try and break through a little bit by bringing just 4 heroes down here to try and pop the Treant, but so long as Dua is living, I think we'll still hold on to this. There we go.
Zip into the pre-line and DY has been caught on the side. End up getting the overgrowth, even if you want it. It should set up. I say that they do benefit and they do start forcing in the team mid set now for VGs. So IG, they can go back and defend. Start out from Parker, who also has Spirit there on Ori now. With the Syrian Arrows, they might actually come up push out. It's not being copped as well. No, the Moonlight Shadow will be able to engage. But I think they protect their T1 and will start to put down the opposing T1s.
We can take this fight though. They're great potential coming back in.
Falling. Arrow doesn't connect. Next, Cross will reveal the tree. Overgrowth is going to be there on 2, but the Sun Ray already healing them up. JP with the borrowed time, and they're not going to be able to capitalize. They'll just lose the T1 and leave it at that.
Overall, IG kind of they go up their mid. They some bottom, they bring everybody mid, and they just finally manage to muscle down that mid tier and towers, give them some more room to work with this Storm plus Clinks.
I think VG's being a little too passive here. Like, gotta be frank, they haven't really committed the roar in a long time. In fact, hold that thought, because mid lane, Ori was trying to put them. There's that roar coming out. They do commit without Nemo. I was about to say they hadn't committed the roar plus 4 for quite a while now, but it's done. But now Fly comes in on Yang, and that's a lot of damage coming out. Although the TP's not going to work with the arrow, Bottom Shield comes in. Sweep now being beam stripped up by also time. And now the Nightmare as well into the Spectre, but they don't seem to want to bother with him. Just leave him be.
They know the back is kind of coming over and then just don't have any resources left. No mana on Oli, no mana on Fly either. Fly start to get some damage going. He's creeping his way up the net worth chart and he does have this full death zone at this point. It does hurt to lose Storm Spirit Emo's game, so the roughest among all of the cores apparently hasn't been able to budge from like that number 6 spot in top time.
That he hasn't. It's just very, very hard if the Beastmaster Hawks you've got to be up against constantly, and actually going to try for Roshan play. No, they'll smoke.
Fake Roche.
Roshan play the clap. Fly, fly, fly. It's going to move and takes the depth pact. Well, they might have to go back to the Roshan. They do. Yeah, not good. Not doing it. It's pretty quick as well with that death sword from Flatline.
The train's not here yet, guys. Plus the
Arrow kind of flying through. Snake onto JT. Oh, he's going to get sniped out onto Ollie as well, but Roshan has got down. Amber's got dangers. Ollie does lose his life. Roar is there onto Fly, but can be purged off. Now the overgrowth as well, but they're unlimited to kill anyone else. Either with for a timeout now, but he'd be in trouble. Emo stopped up, but we'll have that purged off. Although he is fairly tapped, he's trying to run away. P1W does an Emo trying to protect JT. Does cut the vortex off in time, so he's still making a run for it. Now, if Bob he should be safe, and it looks as though the PG game don't want to chase any further, or maybe they do. They took the block of time, but the Sun Ray will keep him held up. Map Nature's brought, but it won't be enough to take down the Clinks. But everyone is rather low on HP, and they probably can't chase PG gaming either. In fact, 5-5 was something the Sentry Ward for a second in that it just does stick forward and runs out of.
Well, the whole fight to that. It was the need and the run. A couple of very nice defensive plays. Getting the Clink kind of out of harm's way with the shield, and also being able to prevent the Spectre from finishing off JT as the chase continued. But kind of sensitive of switch for him. That entire fight, he was just walking around on like 200 mana the entire time, and not really able to do anything. I think nice to get the work done at that point. Especially since the Spectre has the mantle now, so it would be pretty easy for you to go and take it themselves.
That a little bit. So Vinci, they still control the game in a weird sense because you're still at the top of the net worth board and that's but I don't know about allowing him to keep. It's been very slow, and you pointed this out. He's almost got that Bloodstone now. And I get a bit of faith for VG that once that Bloodstone Emo confident enough to really start committing to the life.
This is a game the Storm can kind of take over, but just with a bit of extra help from the bad shielding him and keeping him going. If the Storm's at level 25, it's going to get very difficult for VG. Even with having the Spectre, the Storm is just such a nuisance to play against at that late stage. Don't necessarily have the heroes to guarantee kill him. Even if they get links and shadow blades and stuff on these heroes, bad and always be there to bail them out.
Dip in, tree line, trying to find any wire. They did spot another bench with an Emo right in there. Onto the free. So, that flying will claim the things. That's going to be a pretty easy tier 3 off for the pick. So with the pressure being applied from VG apart from the counter tier 2, but it's just tier 1 Necro unit drop. And aim will be back to fitness.
So as you can kind of put on the view wall and just so they can kind of get far advantage, threaten a little bit more. You may not even need that much backup to get a quality kills. They get hard.
Nice arrow to fly. Of course, the bird covered the lines. Let's get back to farming himself. So, you're looking back at the Spectre now. He's just getting towards the diffuser blade on the Spectre, just trying to amp up his arm even further. Trying to get damaged as well. With the kind of build we saw yesterday, does it transition well enough? Because we were talking about the Radiance build on the Spectre. Today when we saw these Spectres coming in, I believe we saw the exact same style build in the previous series, and I'm not sure if it was actually very effective.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the motivations behind everybody just always going for the managed to go on a bottom. Good kill.
Very nice kill. Firefly does go down. Okay. Again off the back of P1W and
Dire's bottom
D1.
tower is under attack.
Looks like the set up for that bottom T1 tower now. Looks like again not really going to be able to do too much about it apart from trying to find a counter. Well, they have one circle around Ori. Ori does back off the right time, now revealing himself from that mid lane. The Aegis still just trying to dive him here. The Aegis is due to expire fairly soon anyway, and IG just won't bother.
They don't have that much without the clinks. You know, this tournament does have a halberd.
Dire's top tower
Wow.
is under attack.
Makes them a little tricky to go for, and for now, IG gonna get a couple of words down. That's when I get dewarded fairly quickly. Try and get back out on the map.
Seem to be happy with just fighting the time. Arrow, not going to connect anyone, but it does scout Emo and JT. Seemingly not very confident to try and engage right now. We'll just sit back and relax. So, PYW. Arrow. Let's get the creep again from JT. That
Kind of gives them their ward a little bit, but
I guess it's kind of worth 200 gold.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
it was a pretty fresh ward. But yeah, it's hard to resist the temptation, right? Dominator creeps. Like, being there.
I get it. IG, but they're more than happy to just walk past this river and kind of force PG game back. They just don't feel confident to try and push them back.
Yeah. It's still down. They're KD on the flanks now. So hit a couple of really good timings, and they're rightfully identifying their stronger team on the map currently, but there's still ways for it to go poorly.
Get rid of that Mirana. It doesn't pop the moonlight yet. Rather just get back off. Now the moonlight will come up. Do they have to take it? It will be dropped. And that'll be the end of that. And now Shigami looks to try and turn this thing. Whipping around, and getting all the vision. They try and smoke up, but Ori was already dead. They really just want to run out of here to just try and reposition them. But anyway, he'll just jump on the tree and D1 will go down before he can use that overcrack. Another team trip. Ollie gets the DK through DKB and just wastes most of the duration. Now wears off. Can only get the damage, however, so he can still try and fight back. He'll go back after Ollie on that lane and will the support kill. The time keeping him alive. Firefly's big jump, however, also being disarmed. Again, Emo coming back up to PYW. Now it's a double kill onto Europe as well. Here comes Firefly trying to go after Yang, but he may have kind of overstepped his how far it can actually go. He will just kind of give the fourth kill to VG Gaming and ultimately end up being a 3 from 4.
Man, if that arcane rune hadn't spawned in the middle of the fight, I would have gotten completely cleaned. There. They didn't commit that much trying to kill the Mirana, but she lived with a nice use of the halberd and being able to get the mech off. The egg did absolutely nothing. And then it was also looking pretty nasty for the Clink to get there. He didn't really have a whole lot of mana. At least the storm salvages something, but good fight for Vici.
I think VG Gaming probably it's going to be okay with how that went anyway, right? Like you probably wouldn't have you would have rather not lost the spec. It's kind of take what you can get.
Yeah, for sure.
It's still giving a lot of time though for Emo to really catch up on this storm. Like, it's been a slow process for him, but he's getting there.
He's still not what he wants to be, right? If you imagine if he was like, if he had another 2,000 net worth, and he had another item at this point, would be in a completely different fight. But that early trajectory, the beginning of the game matters so much where you end up at this point. And I guess the other thing to keep an eye out for now is we start seeing these tier 3 neutral items come in, and we got an orb of destruction for Clinks stuff.
Yeah, these neutral items have a way of knowing when you need. Firefly is going to go up towards that top lane with the rest of his team smoking up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So they're going to find Original just makes the jump in. She doesn't help around the corner, but there's the one coming in. Now the BKB from Ori as well, all being forced out. Moonlight Shadow has been popped, but they did pass through on Ori. Best out on the DK and flying, thinking about making a chase now. Well, it does wear off, but it seems that they might not be able to catch Emo, just zipping past across half the map. What a Yang. And he does. But then Yang is completely screwed. He is going to come down. Gets it, but that's going to be good. Not like it might be a balance. Now, borrowed time out. Still KT alive. PYW will be the dropping down the egg. Also be committed. He'll go back in onto Ori, who still has a Spirit Vessel charge on top of him. Sunray, not gonna reach them, just let it go. I guess you call that a win fight, considering they got the 2 kills and the back out of Yang. And now Roach.
I think that was an insanely questionable fight for VG to try and maybe they didn't realize that the Storm had the regen, so maybe they thought he was a little bit lower on mana, but yeah, Elder Dragon for BKB and Haunt previously, so they're 100%. But they should not be looking at any kind of fight. And the fact that in the end they only lose the Beast and the Mirana, I think is pretty lucky for them.
I'd have to go with that. I did find it a bit weird myself. It's I didn't work out, that's for sure. The game, it's just the drawing board, trying to get some more farm up on Europe to still maintain the top of the worst spot, but it is really closing in now. Fly only about 900 gold behind on that Clinton. He doesn't need as much power on Clinton. You've seen what he can do. He's got the KB soon.
You can get all that strength that isn't really being represented in his network as well, right? So the extra 50 back damage, the overcharging. And the Storm Spirit, I think now finally is starting to get to a point where Emo's thinking, alright, my game is back on track. This is more like it. This is what we were anticipating when we picked this from this game.
Yeah. The bounty, but it's not really worth his life at this point. And he does at the string, but it means nothing. In fact, all this sword is going to just end up dying in Emo. That's going to be a bit of extra gold for Storm.
Yang got the spite spell on the Arcane Rune at the end there. You used the Necrovoke, but not at all. I think it's still Emo getting the last laugh. Jumping on PYW.
But he is. PYW also going to come in from you to try and help him out. PYW is low with the club net Emo. Right, he'll lose the agents. That should. I was going to say TPYW's death, and no, won't. He does TP out of it. It'll be alright.
Alright, so that's a turnaround by I thought PYW messed up. I assumed before it just came out. Still ends up surviving. They take away the Aegis. You're still gonna get a little bit more on the map. Looking at the pin tower. Might even try and threaten the high ground here. JT is pretty strong.
JT is strong, but it could be in trouble. Media haven't coming through, but no, it's got the borrowed time. The raise there from Kafka. He's back up the floor, though. No, Andrew comes in, but it's straight onto the beach. Who do you focus? The roll comes out. They get the egg as well, and Eurus somehow survives. And now PYW, he does go regardless. But Eurus, he made it. He made it up.
Oh, he just barely surviving there. I thought once the Phoenix Rip came out, it looked done, but Quiet Man just focus it down. It's really nice hold from Beach. Very important that they make that one, especially given that the X not being sitting on buyback or anything currently. So if he gets focused down, that could have been maybe a grand opportunity for. But still stay on the front foot, put the pressure on. The string of rune luck from Evo has been insane. I think he's gone like Arcane Regen, Arcane, and that again.
It's unbelievable.
This is something else.
It's the Dream Storm game. Oh, we'll see what he does with it. Obviously, it's to use ASAP. He's also put up cheese as well on top of that, so it's tough.
I literally just scrolled back through the feed, and yeah, it was. So I think there was an illusion before that spawned mid-fight for this fight, and then since then it's been arcane regen, arcane regen. Oh my word!
It's very big lucky indeed. Oh, they're gonna start on that top two. Arrow's gonna quickly fly through, not connecting on anyone. You're gonna be a bit careful about this. There's that black back coming up. Oh, but again, he's just gonna take through all this damage. That AC coming up. He's gonna send in the arrow on Jay. Not dead quite yet. He has been committed as well. Now does TY trying to save the rest of his teammates, and he will, but he will go down for it. RG looks like they're just gonna go back toward Team 2.
Radiant's top
That's just emo being like, oh, I just saw you use your stuns on my bad.
Let the fun
I'm just gonna go in now, and what can you do about it?
Radiant's top
Okay, this time he got invis. Didn't get another arcane.
He still literally has the regen rune out.
Yeah.
As we speak. It's gonna sit here. It doesn't get it at one bump. Now gonna go down Rats and Force Firefly can take it very, very quick. They will endure it. He matches up, but there's Magic coming out still. The now on Emo. He's running with all mana. He might need to hit with G's. What? Trying to juke the puppet. No. Eurus does go down. And I believe he actually went into the static remnant of Emo. That could be the go back and middle lane and try to force a buyback out of Eurus.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's
Well,
middle barracks
so it'll
has
just
fallen.
be
Radiant's
over.
middle barracks has fallen.
I
Radiant's
guess
bottom
Spec
barracks
is gonna have to buy back. Is that even gonna change anything?
They're gonna buy back and it'll force IG back, so it does buy them time. But just judging on how these last couple engagements have gone, it's kind of like they feel kind of helpless in these team fights. Like they're not even close to winning.
Yeah, it's just that they're only all of their forms of initiation are pretty much instantly dealt with by the Abaddon, right? So they don't have a way to start the fight, and their backline is always going to get destroyed by some spirit jumping in. They really don't have enough ways to control him either. So at this point, I think you have to come back to the way that they structured draft. Like, I really do not understand taking your 3 cores within the first 4 picks and then kind of wasting your last pick, which is the one thing that you kind of have going for you. It is worth pointing out that it's not that Vich are a team that's choosing second pick. They are just like choosing Radiant when they get the option and then ending up with a second pick as a result, but it's still just weird to me. And I think this is part of the reason they end up in this situation, because they pick the Spectre and then IG get to say, all right, here's the 2 cores that we want to respond to your entire core lineup. There were no surprises left, really. Yeah. How much is the position really going to change the game?
Spoke up, they spotted it, they choose Rory pops the dragon forfeit, but here comes Info into the match line. He's gone for it's gonna be Yang, but he will slide it now. A big overgrowth. There's the egg right in the middle of all this. EY and PYW already dead. Will eventually start committing buybacks. They might have to, because Eurus is run. Looks like he should be alright. He jukes him out quite nicely right behind that one tree, and now another dead up. You have no wards keeping an eye on him, so he does TP out of there. Well, Vici, the IG may not really care to go high ground quite yet again, but might just wait out the next Roshan instead.
Roshan's a lot of free net worth, and they can just kind of grind this one out. They're also looking for their Tier 4 items at this point. Get a Spell Prism for Emo, pretty nice. You got a Nagging Scepter as well, also very nice.
Wait for it. There it is. that rune.
Oh yeah, of course he's gonna get you watch it. It's what? It's 40 minutes for the next set, right? So
Yeah.
we'll watch him get arcane and something else. It's fun. That's just the way that the cookies crumble for him in this game. That would be just fine. You know, he can hang on that regen until that means just have all of it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. What do you think VG Gaming can do though to change the direction of this game? Like, is it too late? But at this point,
I think they're kind of done at this point.
Right.
It's just the Spencer can't even really commit into the fights. He's just going to get absolutely melted by Lynx plus the Storm every single time. You know, normally you would talk about the fact that VG have this, they've got all this vision game with the Beastmaster and the Spectre, but it really just, I don't think it really matters. They don't have a way to like. It's like they have a Brewmaster or something, Cyclone Baden out of the fight and then be able to go on the other targets. JT is always going to be able to pop his ulti and then save wherever he needs to save.
there's smoke up. It could be the funnels. I think he almost picked the smoke. He knew, and well, he did waste all his mana. Emo used all his mana, but a body shield. He's gonna try and get out of the commit for raw. They he doesn't have the execution. They must put him up as well. He's trying to protect the overgrowth and the egg as well. He's just gonna turn around and maybe just pop that regen if he does do so. Still, you've lost Eurus without Emo. Firefly. Now Ori gonna run away and he comes to Stormsburg and they've just caught GG. Right. They know what's coming.
The fact that they just lost that team fight with the Storm really doing anything other than soaking 2 spells, they're like, that's how bad our situation is here. The Clinks is also huge. Well, in the end, IG taking the win.
Shows up top. Indeed, Jerax is going out on his own. He doesn't expect Arme to have this invis rune. As Arme will show himself, Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing without rupturing.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, we'll find X-Nova.
Seb in as well. Between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
He's no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He is fine with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed FY, the patience keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Anna is going to look towards the Tusk. The Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Anna, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Anna's got a TP available. He's into the trees, he's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Anna, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is level.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. 1 game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
No-Tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Creeps. Right now, he just has the Ancient Black Dragon. You really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage in the team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Terax doesn't want to be following around his Chen, giving him the Aghanim, so. As Thompson, see, he does have a Lincoln Sphere picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those Blink calls out, as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, I have Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the Aegis to expire.
Seb, he's in. Gets the call. The character's going to get FY. There with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel them. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tail's coming in towards the shrine, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, he sees Ana forming these ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The blood bright silence connects. He's got the Manta back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. They're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wars that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back here. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. He's ready to push in, look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen. As the mid-racks are exposed, PSG LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of Rack. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Saunders. Seb taken down by Arme. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the 3 of them. Knocks the back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Saunders. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PLR is on top of it. They get Saunders too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top rack. Saunders now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already gone, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
Hey, look how close the Brew is at 25.
So close.
With that time will split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball, he turns with the combo FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail, FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know who I get the edge for that. This team fight. The LGD are for gold, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be just
BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. Grabs, they give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They bought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. They got No-Tails praying for a Roche right now so we can get that refresher, but it's not going to be up. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right? It was up to a 15k gold advantage and they chunked it down to 7, simply with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing it with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. What, about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon Disc on Jarek, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, it was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X-Blade Mail Call if he finds it, especially with his BKB now. There's not that many ways to stop him.
So it's all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the smoke, it's going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled.
He's in the trees, they're on the high ground, they've got the vision with the Shivas covered, Anna's on his way over, they've got the snowball down, there's the counterplay set, jumps in, he's able to find the call onto Challenge, but Challenge already got the BKB out, the Sunstrike's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb posts the BKB, he'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down, no buyback on the axe, as Jarex as well, surrounded by PSG LGD, the Eon Disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
He has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these Force Spirits. On the bottom row, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jarex. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. Can they breach through it? It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting, is it enough to hold OG in the game?
You see No-Tails already running to just, he doesn't care, he's gonna throw his life for this one. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will, as they get upon him. They find his life. 1 minute now without No-Tail and without Seb. Thompson, Anna, and Jarex. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jarex is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
The Chalice split of course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Anna up in the skies. As this rack's on the top lane will fall, the melee rack's gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana into the PL. Still able to shift back into their Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose their top racks, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to de-ward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
Check Anna, who's on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get the set. He's in. The call, the EMP, the cannonball, and FY's in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis. Somnus looking to get involved. Post the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. The doppelganger to jump away from the snowball over to Thompson, the self-fuels, FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in, again, up into the air, Arme straight on top of No-Tail, FY will fall, Arme looking towards No-Tail, No-Tail pulls the hand and gone, but No-Tail beat it down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the primal split off his Anna, he's been left behind in Thompson, he's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo, can he find the angle, Jarex coming in, keeping Anna alive, Anna with the doppelganger, the deafening blast comes out onto the 2 of them, Anna trying to go in, looking for the kill, can he find it in time onto X-Nova, he's on top of him, trying to beat him down. is so tanky. Both the Shiva's gone. He's on top of Jarek. Jarek's is gone. Anna as well. Can he really fight back against the Subness and X-Nova are so low? As the buyback for Jarex comes in, he's healing Anna back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on X-Nova. The cold snap. Daryl's the attraction. They find him. Ame, he's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they fight them off? They can. OG are still in the game. Ame buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without two of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jerax onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with him with that doppel. He sent the illusion, they thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's
Look at this.
really hard to kill.
Seb.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team back. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for our second game of this best of 3 series between Vici Gaming and Invictus Gaming. It is the more Dota and basketball to get basketball. Welcome back, sir.
Good to be back.
See you back, sir. How you doing?
Yeah. Doing well, doing well. I'm shocked. It's Vici on the Radiant side with second pick, and it's IG on the Dire with first pick. Who could have predicted this eventuality?
Well, it happened. Obviously, Vici Gaming, they're gonna have to switch some things up, right? We can all agree on that. They had a great lead.
5 seconds
They
remaining.
blunder it, maybe. They just never seem to be able to finish out that game or even take real control of that game. I personally thought after playing Emo had that much of a struggle for over half the game, it just never kind of recover. Didn't work out that way. So I don't know what she can change this game, but they're gonna change something.
I don't know harping it too much, but I think this time they really have to try and make some better use of the second pick. You gotta draft to just try and hedge your side lanes, and then
5 seconds.
try and pick yourself a whip matchup for the mid lane, and then leverage that strength the rest of the game. So the time around, they are going to get rid of the Phoenix. What has snuck through? Did they finish your previous game? No. Oh, they did actually. Was their first overall ban. So I'm just going to go straight forward here. Other than that, it is exactly the same, I think.
IG with the ES, Vici Gaming. We'll see what their opening duel is. I mean, I'd say their opening duel is arguably going to be much more important. And we do go for the Disruptor first pick into the DK. Alright.
Alright, I don't hate this. Disruptor can be pretty nice. Laid out in Static Storm fairly defensively if you think the Shaker's going to jump in. Reasonably strong laning support. Definitely just a little bit more aggressive overall. And I think at this time around, if they're going for something disruptive, then maybe we're looking at maybe just a little bit more of an aggro kind of, you know, maybe your Rickies and that kind of thing, where they can just keep the tempo going on the front foot. Really try and punish the fact that the Shaker is, even with just the Shaker, you're already making your lineup a little greedy, right? Because you're always going to be looking for this opportunity to just chill out for a little while, have a core from the jungle, and have the Shaker farm a lane to get his Blink Dagger going. So I don't think it's a bad look at all for Vici if they were to try and win the lane and kind of punish the greed.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I back into the, well, not really back into, but they go to the Enchantress. I imagine that should be the pole here for IG, so kind of just guarantees you a win in the lane. There's no real other reason for it as of yet, but I guess it's just fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine when you're gonna have a position for like the Shaker, your 5 that really need to bring to the table. The Shaker's gonna bring a ton of lockdown and initiation, so you really are free to just grab super laning focus hero. And it does also mean that, you know, your position 5 is bringing damage, so if we do get a Shaker rotation into the safe lane, something like that should
5 seconds remaining.
pick up some kills that way.
Yeah, absolutely. So IG, they're going to get rid of Mirana now, so they want to run that DK Mirana combo themselves again, which is absolutely fair enough, because if there was one player that was very, very consistent in that game one, it really was P1W, right? On that Mirana. Like, he was just consistently getting those arrows every time. Moonlight Shadow always on point. Countless dominated picks taken by himself. Sometimes questionable, you know, that ward that he lost there, you know, we kind of question a little bit, but still. Vici Gaming, their 5th band, they're going to have a bit more of a think about this one. I blame them if they actually did want to just respect ban out that, but they won't. They actually get rid of the Beastmaster.
Yeah, okay. So I think that's fair enough. They're also being put into a slightly more tricky position here because they've already got the DK more than likely playing the mid lane, so if they were to take the Beastmaster, they couldn't just jam mid, and they don't really want to take it for the off lane themselves, and the Enchantress is already over on the side of IG, so
5 seconds
to just ban it out and then not have to think about it, and not have to worry about it ending up in IG's hands. And we will see that little bit of respect shown to the Mirana as they get banned out.
Yep, absolutely. Vici is going to go into their 3rd pickup now. We see the pole 4 coming out here with Vici Gaming. You'd hope you don't want to be having it be left to that last pick again. Vici. What will it be though? Is the question here. Up against the ES makes enough sense from.
Yeah, Steel Enchantress's damage in the laning stage is a lot of just auto attack, and you know, early on only the occasional impetus. So the Fade Bolt's to be useful. The instant lift against the Shaker can also be pretty good if you're fighting in an area where you've got vision. You can always kind of try for the pre-cast, which is not too bad, and yeah, it's kind of fairly open-ended.
VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Reasonable impact, and well, it's going to be IG's turn this time around to go for the Spectre.
Why is it always the 3rd pick though? I still don't get this. Like, why invested in the Spectre so early every single time? It's not just IG, every team.
Yeah, I think for a lot of teams it comes down to you know, by this point in the draft you're going to get to see the 2 enemy supports.
5 seconds remaining.
And I think a really important thing about Factor is just whether or not the enemy supports are like freebies once you get past a certain point. You know, the Rubik and the Disruptor don't really have that much counterplay. I guess the Disruptor can, you know, he can pop the illusion on himself pretty quickly if he wants to do that, but I think Spectre's looking right here, just based on the fact that they already know that the lane Vici shouldn't be too insane pressure-wise. Like, sure, Vic's, you know, pretty decent laning hero, but they put the Enchantress to cover it.
All right. Or aiming back into their fourth pickup. They're going to be up against the Spectre this time, so we want to have some heroes that can actually deal with that. Now, I do still see the Necrophos open there to be taken if they wanted to run the Necro on the off lane. It's that Spectre, but they go down the Tidehunter route.
Yeah, seems to be a really common move in this event. The games that Spectre comes out, and then the enemy team just going for the Tidehunter. Puts on okay pressure in the lane. We've been seeing the Necro on the Tide a lot. Of course, we've been seeing the Necro just sort of on everybody.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know that this Hunter is kind of a
5
new
seconds
thing
remaining.
to me.
Yeah.
I've only really seen it in these China games, so I still feel like I'm kind of wrapping my head around it a little bit. But it looked good yesterday, right? It won all the games that got played in that IG versus RNG series. So
Yeah, definitely looked good yesterday for sure. We'll see. Kind of repeats that today. I mean, I believe we saw one game of Tide last series, and it did not work out very well. And that was kind of leading to my next point as well. In that game, they went for a Necro book on the Tide, and it's kind of like we were sitting there like, is this really worth it on a Tidehunter to go for a Necro book one? Like on a hero like Tide? I'm kind of probably going to happen again as well.
yeah, I think so. It's just such a good farming item. I think you definitely want one at least on a theme. Like even the aura is just pretty useful, especially when you're playing very 5-man oriented. And I think the other thing with some of these games on, it feels like if you just go for sort of the old school like pipe or mech or blink first, your game just ends at that point. You're gonna stay around to like or forever and just never really get any other big items. But if you get the Necrobook and you get and there's the space on the map, you really can get a whole lot going. You know, you can start to see these like potentially kind of damage items coming out as well. So I think just the nature of the item at the moment, the Necrobook eventually ends up paying for itself.
Okay, that's fair. IG, a lot of reserve time, just really thinking about this one. I don't even know how much reserve time they started with.
Yeah,
It's been ages since we've been waiting for this fourth pit up, and
VG Gaming's turn to
gonna
bat.
go down 3 seconds, and they go for the 10. I liked it up against the Tide, up against the Dragonite. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's on paper certainly looks really good. Vici don't have any way to really move their lane down to avoid the tier being against their melee cores. I do think that the conversation probably comes back to that they think all the way through to what is
5
the last
seconds
going to be from Vici. What are we worried about? Counterpicking our timber. Are they? How are they going to respond in terms of the landing setup? That kind of thing. But yeah, we're super low on reserve time at this point. So.
We are.
Makes
They
it
don't have much. We do, and we'll see the Kunka being back. IG. Their final ban, I believe they're also looking to get rid of the safe lane here on Tier for VG Gaming. So it's a matter of what. I still think there's a lot of value for Necrophone this game, by the way, for VG Game.
Yeah, it's a pretty good Necrophos game for sure.
Just like the safe lane did mid Necro, or even the other way around. It just, I don't know. It might not work,
Dire
but
team
there's
pick.
value. But
Yeah, they're just kind of worried about more team fight and annoying laning carries against their potential timber. It might even just end up being timber off lane. I mean, you might just see a mid laner coming out here for IG. I'm not sure how comfortable they are with the current level of catch. I don't know if they're willing to rely just on the shaker as like the bulk of their lockdown initiations.
Storm Spirit.
They just still want a little more. Just gonna go for the Storm Spirit here, but this does make their overall lineup fairly gritty. I think this is gonna end up being a very different sort of Storm Spirit game from the previous one. Like, Emo had to be quite active in the previous game, but he was really the position 1, and so he could have afforded to farm a little more this time around. I think there's a bit more pressure on him to actually make these rotations and kind of control some of the map, all the Spectres farming up.
Okay. Well, the last big aim as well is out from VG Gaming now, so you're just going to take that plus 1 AM this game. Whether it's going to work or not, I mean, it kind of seemed into the Timber Storm, but then it's very situational, right? Because you're kind of hoping for that moment where Emo just runs out of mana. You could just unavoid it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got 2 good, pretty good Mana Void targets. It's anti-mage pick. See, this is even beyond like whether or not I think they're going to win or not. This is what you got to do as the last big team, right? You have to try and get this gotcha hero at the very end, and I think the anti-mage is really the right idea. So I still think IG have been playing better, and I think their draft here, I don't even know if I like their draft more necessarily. I might even give the draft to Vici in this situation, but I'm still leaning kind of way just because of the way that they've been playing.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Like, that last pick AM scares a little bit for this gaming, but we'll see if heroes can pull it off. But it's always one of those heroes, the AM, where you just never really know like what's gonna happen, right? He could just become a real monster.
Yeah, but it doesn't even really get to anti-mage has to be irrelevant, or like Eurus is gonna have really good net worth and he's gonna get a bunch of kills, but he's really just coasting. And like PYW and Yang are really doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the team. I really think that there's a lot of opportunities for the Rubik and the Disruptor if they make the right moves this game to be in control of the early game, because on IG it's a it's a little greedier. The Enchantress is not necessarily going to be around and gank a crazy amount, and it's going to be this window where the Shaker really just wants to be farming as well. That whole window is space where the Rubik and Disruptor will be able to make a lot of plays.
Okay. Well, a very early spoke out from VG Gaming. They may just have a warning run, but you never really know. They might try to turn up for an early first attempt here in this game number 2. IG not really reciprocating the same way. It's Fly going to run towards that top lane as a Spectre. Have to be a little bit careful. Yeah, I could run right into him as well. He'll break the smoke, run the other way, but PYW. Hey, won't bother going for cliff. They just grab the outpost and they would have loved the kill, but what can you do?
That's stone cold, not even going for the dagger. Just like, all right, I know I'm out.
30 seconds to
I'm
push.
fine. Well, you mentioned this yesterday as well, but kind of like even if you died there, if you fought with one left for the Rubik,
yeah,
it's just kind of crappy for the Rubik.
Yeah, Rubik definitely does not want to be skilling Telekinesis level 1. We're getting some squiggles being drawn here by JT, so it seems like he's playing the mid lane, but he should be parking himself here until he sees what the lane setup is going to be, and then I guess he's then going to decide where he's headed. I don't think they scouted anything on the side of IG, so maybe he's just wandering top currently anyway. He does take the long way around. He's kind of chasing after the creeps instead of cutting the shorter path, but that does mean that he's avoiding these Radiant Observer wards. So they're not going to know where the Timber is until he pops up. It's off right now.
Yep, there it is. They'll know now. Yang wants to switch it up here. It'd be slightly rough for him, I suppose. It's definitely going to be a bit annoying for him. PYW, of course, just very early on, he's trying to harass Chase Cannon because he doesn't have reactive armor. He is susceptible, but Kaka is just around the tree line, ready to try and help him out if necessary. He will just hold out, wasting mana for that shot.
Yeah, Kaka needs to steal 0 experience because it's just dead.
Oh, goodness me.
Well,
I keep you.
Okay, you can maybe go and take a creep to experience Kako. Okay, he's actually gonna get the D-ward on the. They desperately needed to get to themselves level 2. They didn't even have a salve or anything. Threw a regen on the shaker, and only the 3 tankers on JT.
It's a very confident JT with that skill build.
Yeah, well, I think I don't know if it's. I think that's pretty standard to do in depth for this situation.
Okay.
Also got baited a little just by there was a creep that was on a sliver of HP, filled it up, really wanted that creep, and I think underestimating somewhat how much damage the gut does early on.
Death. They can actually go for the lane swap as well now. Eurus, he makes his way up top. And, well, JT, he just TP back up to the top lane, so they know he can't rotate any longer.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the matchup JT wants.
Yeah, it does feel a little reminiscent of the previous game where IG just getting outplayed a little bit by Vici in the laning stage, and some of it coming into the first bloods and whatnot.
Dire's courier
Okay,
has been
life
killed.
Spectre now for bot lane, so the Disruptor Night Hunter lane still really working out nicely. Across what Spectre already having a bit of a rough start in terms of CS, and now giving away a kill, have to TP back into the lane. I thought it'd be a bit safer considering he does have Ollie there, but then again, Ollie hasn't actually opted for that second skill point yet. He's just holding on, seeing what he really wants to get.
Yeah, that is a little bit curious. I thought for sure that you would go the start whacking him out. Yank with all these kills and whatnot does have plenty of gold to ferry a bunch more regen. So, and okay, it comes over, checks out what the creep is, and does just then have to go for the enchant with the ghost.
Fine. I guess it's going to be enough to just force Yang back a little bit. Of course, and as well, the one we haven't really looked at, it is going to be Emo and Ori on the exact same heroes up against each other. The last time this was an absolute bloodbath, and as I say that, DP might not show up mid again.
Yeah, it's the same thing again, right? It's like, oh, you're doing fine, and POW strikes.
Dire's courier
It's just gonna go for the
Nice. Takes the creep wave away, but it'll eventually just fix itself up as well. He's not up the same way as he could on the Mirana though. Like, you've got lift fade ball on Rubik in comparison to a potential 5-second arrow.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna have to already tower. Yeah, he did. It was a lot of damage coming up. He does make his way out just in the last seconds and takes the illusion rune and backs out.
It wasn't a regen. That would have actually been so tilting if you can get so much free damage because of a mistake from the enemy mid laner, and then potentially gets erased.
I don't know if Evo really has a right to complain about regen runes if it did.
That's for sure after the previous game.
Or he's just gonna be back in the lane. Crazy amounts of 20.9 HP regen with the Tango active. Pretty balanced stuff we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen.
Jank's kind of low at bottom.
He is, and he does die. Alright. That's that Harpy Stormcrafter, the chain lightning. It's actually a lot of damage on a very low cooldown.
It doesn't have the mana pool that it once had. That was the most ridiculous thing.
That was crazy. Still, looking back up towards maybe the top lane, JT. I thought he would struggle a little bit more up against this AM. It's just not the case though. He's having a great old time so far.
Dire's middle
Yeah, the thing about this matchup is that you mod him, but it's like, so what? You're just gonna sit there and if AM tries to hit you, you're just gonna slap him back. You're still gonna get your CS. You can always pop the Soul Ring to get the Whirling Death off the Timber Chain to get your CS that way. So
has been killed.
this is fine, you know. AM also farms nicely, but does also come a point where if Timbersaw resets his mana, he can come back with the Chopper and DAs.
Absolutely. To mention, he has the Mango Clarity on top of the Soul Ring ready to go just in case. And well, he lost his courier just then. PYW can snipe it, but now Kaka gonna run straight into the Ruby. And both position fours are just gonna try and tell each other about themselves for a second as 6-minute bounty. Power Rune is going to be a regen, but Ori does deny it off in time. And I start to see heroes coming into that mid lane again from VG Gaming to try and deal with Mo, but PY is going to get spotted, and it looks like, of course, PY was also spotted by the Earthshaker, so both of them kind of rotate back out, and then rotate again. Here we are
again. There's so much pressure being in.
Out, but how do you capitalize? Well, Thunderstrike, PYW, not really in range to get his spells off, so it's just taking out the HP and almost setting up for a later kill attempt. And it looks like he's just going to run all the way back to the fountain instead.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, it's only a level 1 Fade Bolt, and Emo does have level 6 now, very fair. So I think if they try to dive that tower, they'd instead.
They're going Ollie bot lane. They have 3 heroes down there as well. Ravage has to be committed for this. He's getting himself up. Still gets lifted up, but here comes Emo. They do get Ollie. Still Emo, he glimpses back. Oh, he forgot. He tried to juke out the glimpse with the zip, but he sends it back anyway.
Well, it's not every day disruptor, so that does. I feel like that you get one of those every game where somebody just forgets. Oh, wait a second, this guy can just send me back. Sure, TP'd in. It shouldn't happen again. You know, Kako wasn't too unhappy with that. He went and grabbed some CS on the mid lane. In the meantime, the Storm Spirit was okay.
That is Emo back to the mid lane now, up against Ori once again. Ori basically has been free farming for this whole duration. Emo trying to just take over Necklace. Do also see Fly. He does have the Necro book up very early on. Right, so pretty decent timing. And there is the other Necro book coming up from Yang now. He does go down the second round with this build, and well, he's gonna make some straight away. Just farms up the Ancients. I saw some royal jelly.
Alright, there's a negotiation going on here. It's like, hey guys, can I have the other royal jelly? DK, you really need it, man. You've got a soul ring, you've got the mana regen. You didn't want this, right? I'll just take some.
Ollie will go down. Spectral Dagger come down from flat. Like, that is literally the case, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
every single game.
There's like a negotiate with teammate because he's the one that has this. I feel like it's dropped. Like if Dragon Knight had gotten dropped, then we probably would just be seeing it on DK and anti-mage currently.
Eurus, you're right. He'll just get top lane. So everyone just very, very comfortable right now to just farm up. It seems nobody really quite interested in trying to make any form of play yet. But we are approaching that 10-minute mark very soon. We might see some kind of boundary rune fight going on. Probably not though. So VG more than just kind of set up for that. Those top bounties. IG is set for the bottom.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I guess you just keep farming, right? Like Eurus, he wants Battle Fury on the AM more than likely. The Spectre has no reason to spot. There are rotations now. DY gonna get daggered up. You've got out there with Ollie. The rotations out from VG are immediate. For DY falling very low, but not low enough. But the next units will take him out. They are gonna go for Ollie as trade and do get him. But Wi-Fi is there. He's really gone for this. He does eventually dagger it up. There's the Ravage. He's in the tree liner. They can't see him.
Is under attack.
EP up, and they can't actually stop him from doing so.
Oh, that was really nice. And they forced the Dragon rotation bottom and just ends up being 1-1. He almost kind of got the Rubik as well. Would have just taken a little longer to finish him off. This creates a lot of space on top. AT's going to push that. And CW is going to come up and we'll hold it off with Fade Bolt. Nice little cap spell. I don't know if you caught that one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still IG. I mean, they're in the driver's seat now. They've had slight net worth lead, and you pointed out how freely JT's been farming on that timber. He really has. He's closely followed by his own course. Fly and Emo right behind him, so it's not really as close as last game as we saw. This is much different. This could be a real concerned for IG because you know what Timbersaws do when they get this much of a free time. Like, you really become quite a menace.
Yeah, it takes a reasonably big commitment as well from VP to kill him. Like, I think it's kind of a both supports plus maybe even like they need to bring maybe the Dragon Knight and then the anti-mage needs to be there to finish it off with the Mana Void. So JT really will be able to apply a ton of pressure and as a result make a ton of room for the Spectre at the same time. And I think this is also the kind of game where even if AM has a good time, it's not having the best time with the Battle Fury lately. But even if he had a good game, you know, the Spectre and the Storm should still be the be-all, end-all of the late game. So
Absolutely.
You know, it's not a fast clock, but there is a little bit of a clock here.
I'm over here.
Ori doesn't get the stun off on Emo. He does duke it out in time, and that was basically 4 heroes mid. In fact, Mac at 5 now coming in. You're gonna try and fork down this tier 1 mid tower. It's a nice pick from Vici, and it looks like there'll be no real defense coming out from RG. They're just gonna have to let this go down.
Dire's middle tower.
Pretty good. I think they're ravaging in a second, so I don't think really all that interested in taking a fight in there. Actually, gonna come for a sneaky kill here. 3-minute smoke up with the outflame and the 2 supports. Hoping to find somebody, or specifically hoping to find Fly, who they scouted out with these illusions, but it seems like he's
JT. You're gonna change straight into lift him up. Tarkram there from PYW with the static storm. He can't do much. He's still alive. They have to commit the ravage as well. They do get the kill.
Did they really need to ravage? I guess they were just worried. But the Mana Void wasn't really going to do anything. He still had the vast majority of his mana pool. But it was kind of what I was talking about. It's going to take both supports plus a reasonable commitment from the cores to still unless they do it, they're going to get some more pressure at top, but it will just end up being a trade. You know, Fly with his next go for it down on bottom. Looking for the tier 1.
And slowly get it done. It still just seems to favor IG. Like, you got the Timber kill, which is all... It was really nice, but now you look at that Earthshaker. Yeah, 15.5 minute blink out for Kaka. So that's kind of the least of your problems. Everyone else is just still farming too damn good.
Dire's structures are fortified.
You've got Ori there on the DK who's having a great old time as well. It's the DK, right? Like, it's
under attack.
does it really translate as well? We'll find out. Yeah, he jumps into the mid lane trying to defend. JT's gonna be there trying to punish him a little bit. They'll still try to make it on the Rubik.
I don't know if this blink has been scattered to say, he's looking for him now.
No worries. He doesn't get the stun off. Now Emo gonna forward onto Yang. He gets caught in the static storm, however. Hawk's gonna be there from Fly. Lift up now as well. He barely managed to zip away, but it's not a great fight for ING. In fact, JT's been left behind, and he's gonna go down. It's a real disaster in the mid lane. Just that ES straight off the bat, and lose JT as well.
The blink reveal kind of getting countered a little bit by the Shadow Blade reveal. I think the Shaker may have been fought on this high ground Radiant Ob moving into position at mid, so he thought that there's no way that they expect this keeping my blink in this entire time. They even got a little lucky. I think the only reason that Mo survived is once again he had a regen ring bottle, so he had to tick out to the Pixel Breath, but he popped the regen during the zip to regain some HP. Ended up surviving as a result. So
they seem to want to fight though. They have the Echo up with that pick again. They're going to find Ori and the Echo coming through. No wasting time this time around. Or Ori rather. Trying to use that Shadow Blade, but the Sentry Ward was already placed. And it's back to the mid lane, it seems, from the side of IG. They just really want that mid tier 1 tower.
So this is the play that was supposed to happen. We were supposed to get killed. The Rex Slayer, we were supposed to take the mid-tier tower. And I got we're gonna get it.
They will eventually. That'll basically just trade out towers a little bit. You still have a 1 tower advantage there for IG, since they could take the top one, but I guess those ones don't really matter that much anyway,
Radiant's middle
so...
tower is under attack.
VG Gaming looks like they want to try and go hunt down Fly unaware that he's lifted up right now. Instead, Storm's going to come down, and Urish should have plenty of damage to finish this off, and he does. The Mana Void again will be the one to kick him out. Got 3 more up, already getting jumped here, but they have so many teammate. Demo gets blown up straight away. Glimpse back. Ollie's gonna be caught.
Is under attack.
Got no vision there on Kaka. He can't really knock out here, so Ollie just gonna die very easily. And it actually gives the Battle Fury over to Euros.
And they are making excellent use of this Dragonite Shadow Blade. And you know they've got some good deep wards as well. They're providing them the vision to get some jumps, but She using the patterns pretty nicely, and the game's only really getting started now. The Euros is starting to get his farm going, and they've opened up the map a little bit more towards the end.
Concern here by... It seems like they kind of need to slow this game down a little bit on the end of things. And on the last couple engagements as well, it just feels like he was constantly being caught in that static storm every single time. And you know, I was saying 5 minutes ago it wasn't like game 1, but now look at his nil. He's dropped so far down. He's almost back to the same position he was in game 1. In fact, top lane. You can't just die in the same place like that. It's JT. He's going to jump in after DY. It's a lot of tapping on DY because don't forget Euros, he's going to jump in afterwards. Now, oh, the Echo not going to be able to calm down. The Static Storm was there in time. It's still going after the AM. Euros is going to die regardless. Now, Dust trying to find Ori, but instead, PYW gets JP on the Timbersaw with his own whirling death. It'll go to the TP play out, but Kaka will cancel. You blew it! It will end up being a 2-for-2 trade.
Enough bounty rune as well for Emo there, but
Stupendous!
when Static Storm came out, that was going to be really what Vici needed in that fight, but alright, AM is still really not very ready to participate. It really stings losing him like that. That's a lot of lost farm, especially given he's only just gotten this battle period. A couple of cores across the board having the best of times. I think we would expect Anti-Mage and the Drum Spirit to be a little bit higher up.
Absolutely.
To say exactly what the next play is. They're going to Ravage and attacking for Yang. So they might make a little bit of play around that. They've also got the Dragon Form in 25 seconds. Maybe another bow with the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, why not? Yang does know that Firefly is down to the bot lane as well, so you know exactly where your target is. Honey is going to be placed on the check now, and keep on. DY and PYW going to join Eurus. Not sure what the game plan is here. They're just sticking XP off the AM, and okay, DY wants to smoke, so they are intending to bring Eurus with them again. I thought leave him to farm for a while, but judging by how he's moving, I'm thinking he's coming.
Yeah, let the poor man just get his mantis. Maybe he was over to grab this ring of heal quickly.
Okay.
Too.
This has given time up a 5 to have the
Radiant's
diffusal off.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
We're just going to have to try and figure out like the one spot in this dire jungle where there is a sentry ward. I'd invest a lot of money just to completely clear out every single spot.
Have it. That should help. That is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
I believe it's yeah.
I think that one might stick around for a little while.
It is mine.
Still, the RG side of things is not really hanging around that area anyway right now. They're going to try and force in that bottom tier 2 tower a little bit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice alpha warfare coming compliments of Ollie.
Dire's
Off
middle
the course
tower
of
is
the
under
bit.
attack.
They'll be able to get it fairly easily. Lane, Fly, getting caught out again by the next storm, but glimpse onto the Earthshaker as well, so Kaka won't even be around, and they do kill off Fly. JT are going to pop up. Could he go after the Emo? Will zip in after D1. Get rid of that disrupt. D1 still alive, however, but does finally drop it now. They want to go after Yang and they do climb up. But that blindfold back, there's the echo coming out. It only connects Ori, but it doesn't matter. They just want any kill they can get, and they will get it. P1W did almost go down as well on the Rubik, but he did manage to TP out in time. But with that buyback, they are going straight towards the Roshan.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really big use of the buyback in this situation. I don't know, even if VG, you know, even if he got the heroes back up, they're missing a couple of heals for a little while, especially in the Tide and the Disaster. Yeah, might definitely get out.
Immortality is
That'll get Emo a little bit closer now. Never mind, he has the block, so he's going next. He had the axe queued up initially. He now wants to just go straight for that Orchid. He must assume Eurus is going into Manta.
Yeah, I think it's still pretty useful in this game. The Orchid's gonna let him
Dire's bottom tower
pretty much
is
completely
under
for free.
attack.
I don't think they're going for anything just yet. So I kind of play against it. No Orchid games or even Ghost or anything coming out. And it gives them the chance of, you know, stuff me if they can basically if it's getting popped and they can force it out.
He just blinked. Yeah, they're zipping in with the fish setup from Kaka,
Is under attack.
Eurus, he didn't want to die like that, but he thought he was in the same place to farm. Still, the rest of his team had smoke and came in. Emo used his own trap. Well, somebody is. Well, he zips in onto PYW, but that wasn't okay either. He does have the agents, however. The PYW taking away that stolen zip from the door. Storm? No, not going to be there in time. DY, he's going to die at the end, not actually going onto that storm's through. Now Ori can get caught out. He can't really TP out of this one. Probably will just die. So, Gang's still around? I thought he'd left. Alright. So, a for nothing trade.
I don't know why we shared even thinking about that fight. But the only thing in this game that keeps the Timber and the Storm even a little bit in check, I'm just, you know, spending the entire is the threat of the anti-mage. And as soon as AM's off the table, they can just, you know, both go and do whatever they want. Maybe it would have been a different if DY had been able to approach it from a different angle. Maybe he gets the static storm off in a more useful way, but it's not the case there. And it feels kind of similar to this like Beastmaster fight over here in the previous game, where I just feel like Vici have no business fighting. They're kind of forcing it anyway, and this time around they get punished way more fighting to do that.
It just doesn't sit well, right? Like the AM just falling so far behind now. Not far behind, it's just the amount of net worth he should have had by this point. It's been another fight so much that well, there's that man finally coming up. He's certainly looking like he could have more. As bot lane, they do catch out JT. Whirling's going to be there again to help out. JT not survive. The blood's inactive, but can't get the Kane away. And now Ollie, he showed up to try it, but he's probably also been fine. Eventually, let's go down.
Maybe he wasn't communicated, didn't realize that the Rubik had lightning stolen. So kind of caught off guard a little bit by that. I was probably expecting to be quite safe. Like, oh, I can always make the Timber Chain Yules play, where you can like as the Timber Chain flies out, Yules yourself, and then the chain will pull you out of the Yules. That's very, very difficult to do anything about. But you bring her down and get back on the board. So yeah, like you were saying before, AM really should be kind of a bit further ahead of where he currently is, and even feeling pressured into going back for a BKB here. So,
well,
respecting the damage potential of Timber, and also just sort of the lockdown to Baker from Spirit.
It's gonna pay off. Like, you have so many things that can lock him down. Did feel like he kind of needed it. He's rather aggressive with his blinks as well. So, should pay off. You've also got the BKB now coming out on Ori, and that's someone we haven't really talked about too much recently, but he's slowly but surely made his way to that item, and it looks like they want to try and smoke and try to get that BKB reveal going that way. But Ori, no, he's going to reveal it. He shows up to the creeps. He won't even bother popping the smoke. He'll just let him keep farming up. Still can't now have the Shadow Blade as well, right? So you've got a much harder time of knowing where Kaka is in these next team fights. Well, the next team fights might be soon. He almost looked like he was trying to bet them in.
And Emo seeing the
with his own BKB now. Panic Storm drop, but it's nothing with that BKB. Now, wanting from Fly, big spin as well. On to DK. They want to burst out Ori. He does use his 10-second charge, but they have dust to go through the Invictus. Well, Chase him down. Chase out from JT. Rabbit does get committed, it only connects on JT himself, and well, he does get Battle Void, so it may work well. Fly still trying to move in. Emo waiting for the perfect moment, and he takes a lot of damage, but Emo back off to Ori, and Ori again just going in with a Glimmer Cape this time around. Do they have the damage? Not quite. A Fisher comes out now from PYW. We'll save day. Yen does get Emo, and Kaka also going down, and now Fly also losing his life.
The Fisher and all the damage reduction. They couldn't stop the Anchor Smash, and then he got the fire out and it floats up, and he just became completely unkillable. Oh man.
Oh, that was it was I've never seen that. That's
yeah, I don't even know. I don't think the Fightball got off
Dire's middle tower
got off either, but if they had all of that stacked up, your offense couldn't do anything. At that point.
Suddenly, Vici gains 400.
Yep.
Alright, that's where we are now, I guess. Just they'll take it. Tier 3 tower. IG do their best to defend the racks if they can, but it's going to be lifted up. Another Fisher coming out now. Kaka doesn't have Echo, so he can't really commit to this fight. Ollie will die. Then with that static storm, JT still chaining up, but comes back straight away. And JT is probably just dead. In fact, Emo sips in, but it is too late. That rack, this is gone.
There's still a tier 2. Mid, there's still a tier 1 bottom, but you lose a huge fight like that. Game got a lot harder for IG. Fortunately for them, they're still down at least another 45 seconds. But that is so much progress for the anti-mid in the last little bit. You only kind of just got the BKB a little bit ago, and you're already quite close to a basher.
Kaka breaks the smoke. Just want to reach it. Get away. Things are very, very volatile for the side of IG. I'm kind of curious. What's Dota Plus saying? Well, they are agreeing with Vici's estimate. Now they have skyrocketed in terms of win percentage. It's basically 50% before that last engagement happened, and now gonna go after the tier 2 mid. Side of Vici, they just back off. They're just really too interested. You can go Kaka and go by himself. Now able to step in with the horn. Whoa! Alright, Harris just disappeared. Now Fly haunting it again onto Yang.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They won't be putting it after him as Emo was a bit low on mana, but there is still potential to just blow up that pos 1 AM.
Visibility.
Yeah, Kaka's he's on anti-mage hunting duty this game. He's also managed to pick up a Shadow Blade on his picker, so that's his job is. And well, could end up being a very big pick off. But unfortunately for them, it's kind of a late first round respawn, so they will be able to just get their AM back kind of for free.
IG waiting for that Roshan. It's going to be a minute and 50 seconds, so they'll smoke up. Off this high ground though. I fight. Pops the Necro book, they start it out straight away. JT also just chaining up, and the smoke's gonna lead to nothing. For them as well, they still don't have a Roshan to go back to. It's still gonna be another minute 25 away. Scan comes out at least from VG Gaming, but already gonna make
They're just making sure they don't have any information on whether or not the Roshan is actually on. Scanning to make sure what's going on, and that is kind of the other they've got here of having this this top ranks off of the still slight mistakes from IP. There's always going to be a constant information floating. IG off map for too long eventually. Someone is going to have to come over here and deal with it. Now, VG can just try and finish their next item and get ready for the potential next Roshan fight. They have also picked up a full Silver Edge on Dragon Knight, so it's pretty useful. I don't even know if I like the decision that much. I feel like they have enough damage for the Spectre anyway, and it's not really that useful against Ember.
Zip in, Nemo, he's trying, Haunted there, they go straight up to W, and still Nemo has BKB, but W still alive, he does eventually die, now the Rabbit comes down, he can on two, they'll go after Ollie first, and they do get the Enchantress, and now JT looks like he wants to just try and disengage, just keep chaining away. Let's get stunned up. Jim's back as well. Top at the chain can keep going. Also has the Bloodstone active to delay things in. And another stun comes up. He's buying a lot of time, and Karma still has that Echo Slam. He goes for mana now as well. He's making his way back to this game fight. They could actually turn this around. They're not careful. There's the Karka jumps in and Emo. He zips in as well. Eurus, he gets blown up. He will fight, but it's for a great fall. Yang maybe he does turn around and get JT, or maybe not. You do finally kill him, but Yang will die in the process. Now Karka buys back. He wants to join this team fight. They'll pull up the DK now. Ori, he's going to be in trouble as well. He does die. And D1 is just going to try to TP out, and he will make it.
The absolute savior of that team fight is Oli. Because he was positioning himself such that, like, right as the anti-mage came in and was about to mono-void the 0-man Storm Spear, he Glimmer Caped him and he just walked over. And that lets Emo get all the way back to base, he gets full mana back, they can make that play at mid, they'd already scouted the Roshan with the career. So they knew that they could just commit super hard to that fight with buybacks and whatnot if they won it. Then Roshan would be the prize, but it's such a nice play. I said earlier, like, oh, they just lane, right? It doesn't really. They've got the Shaker to fall back on later on, but doesn't really matter. But you know, all the items and some good positioning, really winning that fight for the team in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. So this game is it's closer than we think, right? Like this game could go either way right now between these two. Eurus wasn't really expecting that one. That was poor old Eurus. He just gets blown up as soon as Karka jumps on top. It's very hard AM game, it seems, for Eurus. Especially once that BKB's worn off. We'll see what the next game plan is here from IG there. Just posturing around the southern end of the river.
Dire are scanning.
The anti-mage is still relatively squishy overall. The BKB is nice if you manage to get it off. Other than that, you're not gonna have. It doesn't have a ton of HP, as we've seen. Just one initiating stun from Kafka is kind of good. Follow and bring him down. We haven't had too many situations from Vici where they've been able to like kind of have the anti-mage in there and then ready to cover him, the Static Storm or the Ravage. If he ever seriously initiate on, and a lot of it is just coming down to the decision making from IG. Only going for the right fights, and they've also always got the was really the one setting up that previous fight, just running around, dragging him around in circles, buying time. Trying to make maybe a somewhat unexpected play here given that IG do have the Aegis, and it's called Butterfly and the Spectre as well.
It's a scary fight to pay. They're not going to go for it. They think better of it. Not yet anyway.
Radiant are scanning.
However, look at Kaka. Got a regen rune on Emo. Kaka open the Shadow Blade, but nobody's going to be around. Oh, I've got regen and double damage. Wow.
That is just 7 degrees too. Oh, they. Wait, what did they honk for there?
I think they wanted to try and use those runes on Emo while they took the time.
Maybe they were just hoping that, like, hey, if we pop on and if it just happens to be farming like the tri-camp area or just anywhere within like this circle, then it's just gonna go on him. Like that might be the call that was being made. YouTube playing ultra defensive, just all grouped up as 5 right next to their base. Base it.
Well, it is a bit zippy. 5 that. And Emo's gonna TP out now. Not sure what that was about, but he maybe thought he could zip in on DY and secure a kill, but he just didn't have enough damage.
It's under attack.
We still have the reason for a little bit. We do have some eardrum right, so better eyes peeled for any big tier 4 items coming through.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's taking the med for himself.
Is that a good item? I've always thought it was kind of meh.
I don't think it's very good, but it may be alright in the situation. And he also didn't really have
Dire's
anything
bottom
based.
tower is under attack.
So this might be cute for
Dire's
rocking the net
structures
control
are fortified.
a second ago. So. I'll hope it's a little better, but for now, Magic should probably just fine. Might even keep them all out. But here it's
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
3
Dire
HP
are
now.
scanning. Dire's bottom tower
The path
has
is
fallen.
not useful, but the plus 400 HP is definitely going to
Over here now.
Yang can back off after the T1 tower.
1 in 10.
Dangerous.
Himself.
Back off now, Yang. He's been slowed up consistently though. He's trying to get out there. Emo wants to be BKB, that Stormdropper as well, but Emo doesn't care. Back onto that Disruptor, or is it Eurus? It's one Eurus. The aim's about to die, but he blinked out of there. PYW want to go down. He'll run back immediately as Yang does still hold the range for that perfect waits. Perhaps cutting them back towards his own place. Fisher out, just blocking the way. There's the damage, camping on 3 heroes, and now they turn around on 50. First skimmed in the car, in with the echo, but it's not that big. It gets through a decent chunk of the HP. Now the follow-up from PYW. He's stopped the echo, it doesn't do that much, but it does enough. Emo will die, and now I heard an H expiring. Not kill for Ori, but that's where it will stay, as Eurus does take the final kill.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The ace is right in the middle of the team fight.
Oh, the classic.
Oh, they.
Yeah.
Actually, the only time that I think has gone wrong for them in this game is when their aggression is in their own doing, right? Thinking that, oh, okay, we can just get this kill on the dragon over here.
Radiant structures
No,
are fortified.
this fight lost them Milena Brax, and now this chase over here might have been just losing the game at this point. Straight down the mid lane.
Dire's middle tower
We'll probably call this a loss, but you still have that 2-10 on down to the bot lane. You can't really get measures, but
I mean, they're already putting the repair kit on the before. They're like,
Dire's middle tower
I can't blame them, but they're playing it safely.
under Dire's middle tower.
Right for that mid rats. 1 rats at a time. That's all they're gonna get.
they really just can settle for. Right, I guess they have to. They're trying for the re-goose. They got the double wards in it. 10-8 Ori first.
I like it. But, probably don't want to start the fight on JT again. Like it's. Yeah, we'll just let it go. JT will be fine. They still have 1 raptor remaining and 1 tier 2 tower remaining. So there is still safety in that. We've seen them turn this game before on IP. We'll see if they can do it again. Eurus has gone to that point where he's getting kind of ridiculous on the end, but yeah, it's kind of ridiculous and kind of not. Like, if he gets the BKB active, just get blown up anyway.
I mean, like we saw in the last fight, he can still certainly die if you take a chance. The other thing I was thinking, I feel like I'm gonna have to go back and watch this like a certain clip. I was wondering if the magic lamp maybe screwed over Emo in that fight. Like maybe he was about to die with the agent, and then the whole lamp. I don't think it happened, but it would be in kind of hilarious if it did. So he's rocking the flicker now.
I like. What am I?
Yeah. Maybe get a cursed item.
I like flicker. It's a 2-4 item, right? It's just like that movement speed bonus is kind of broken, in a weird way. So
yeah, the spell is I think also to initiate here.
We'll get onto the timber. Haunch is gonna be in or get vision of the enemy. Getting support from JT, Haunting as well from Fly, but again, VG Gaming just disengage. Smoke up and they just disengage.
They can't quite make this same flight they've been making this entire time. They pop the Haunt, and then Emo is able to go in and get the guaranteed kill for them with his BKB. We do have these multiple Glimmer Caves, Force Staff. There's a lot of nice defensive tools now. I still think this game might be winnable for IG, but it's a real uphill battle from this point. It's going to be so hard to ever contest or Roshan again. 2 lanes of racks then.
It's going to be tough, that's for sure. It's definitely contestable this game, but let's see if they can make it happen. It's a tough one. Still both set up for the Roshan already. VG Gaming was in the pit waiting. They've got 45 seconds to wait, however. Better give time for IG to get prepared for this Roshan attempt. Funny, no, the map has buyback right now. Literally no one.
They're running low on sentries and might actually end up costing them the game. Because they're sitting right on top of Radiant Observer Warp currently. There's still 2 Radiant Obs inside of it. And that little bit of a vision advantage, especially now that they've got the Abyssal Blade up on the anti-page. The jump on the right hero, especially Kaka dying. That could just end the game right in the spot.
They did find one. Is going to be the Enchantress Ollie going to walk away. Meanwhile, Ori trying to go for JT. Timbo is pulling low. He holds it. There's the Ravage back onto PYWC. Remember, kick from the safe. Oh, the dust is there, so PYW dies. No buyback. JT somehow still alive. Read all this damage, but he does finally die. Firefly trying to fight back now. Who do you go after? Everyone just seems too tanky. Start with DY first. The Disruptor will die, but they'll lose Ollie in the process, and now Fly probably going to lose his life and does. And that may just be it. Emo is... I guess he has to stop the crit waves now and just trying to not allow them into his base, but he's got to be where Roshan is happening.
Oh, unless we get some... unless the courier for some magic here. Let's go. The shield, they're seeing it. Be careful with the cleave.
Can Ollie do it? Or he's going to look around. Zip in Emo. It's just for vision, it seems. Emo wants to take it himself. Bring them all in. Let's see. Here, you don't have a hero. Use the damn donkey. The chart. Still getting very, very low. More couriers coming in now. That's
the Radiant couriers are scouting the Dark couriers.
Abyssal Blade comes down. They caught the storm and they blow him up. He does buy back. But do you want to call it? I'm not 100% sure what the game plan is.
Alright, there's no fun to be had. Dancing out the last little bit. He wants game 3.
I don't blame him. Refresh shot now Yang as well, I believe. So you've got that double ravage up. It's gonna be scary to play into. We might see one more team fight, assuming Eurus doesn't try to finish the game before that. I don't believe he should have enough time, but he may assume that the Storm doesn't have time back right now. That's quite cautious. It's for his team. Solar Crest there. He'll start getting full. Holding the flyback for now, looking for flight fights. It's not clip off the tower. Not going to help too much here. There's that flyback. They did straight away with the horn for their jumping. They tried to be able to miss the same thing as life. Still in the going again. There's that bit of damage being committed. They want JT down to the hipper, and he will go down. Can't buy back. And, well, I just have nothing. But the game's over.
Yeah, but let's spend both sides to kill the supports in the back lines, and like W survived long enough for all, I think. I think he just
Again, you've still got the Echo stuff. I suppose you can make something happen here. What a creeps around that ancient right now. Eurus is right next to them, but with the Aegis there, probably no point. They'll let the ancient go down, and then they'll call the GG. So the main we get to go to a game number 3 for a final game of the night between VG Game